Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Tide to Throw. If you're already subscribed, thank you very much. It really does help the channel more than you know. In this episode we're going to tie 3 flies for fishing for trout in reservoirs. And it's, well, you know, the patterns are alike, but you can present them in different ways. So the presentation, the way you fish them is different and can make a really big difference. So we've started out with putting a size 12 hook in the vise. And we're going to take a little bit of Crystalflash. And actually we're going to double that over and tie it in as a tail. And then with our scissors we're going to trim it to length. And want to keep it relatively short. And then we're going to take a product that's called Gel Core Fritz with a Z, and it's made by Flybox. And I'm going to strip a little bit of the material, exposing the core, and I'm going to tie that in. And this way it prevents that you get a big hump on the back of your fly, and it's really secure. So just take the material and basically we're going to wrap it or hackle it, whatever you want to call it, and we want to make sure we make tight wraps. And if you look closely, Peter is using his left hand to manipulate the fibers to go to the back of the fly. And this is really cool stuff because in the water it looks amazing. And because it's a synthetic material, it will not hold water, so it's really easy to cast. So again, tight wraps. And Peter opted for the fancy variant of this fly, so we've started off with the yellow sweet corn color, and I'm gonna tie that off, trim away the excess, and for fun I'm gonna do another color, nice fluorescent pink. Again, strip away the fibers, exposing the core, tie that in. Advance your thread about maybe a millimeter, half a millimeter behind the hook eye. And now we're going to take the fluorescent pink and do the exact same thing. Now this is a really easy fly, and well, you know, opinions differ, but I don't think it's the most beautiful fly in the world, not at all. But if we look at the most effective fly, the fly that catches the most fish, well, you know, undoubtedly these flies catch a lot of fish, and you know, they're very popular fishing on reservoirs and fishing in competitions. So, you know, these flies have proven themselves to be probably the most effective flies on reservoirs. Now we're going to tie off the fluorescent pink one. Get all the materials back. A few wraps in front. And you can do a little whip finish like Peter's doing here, or you can put just a little bit of Sapper Gap or some other crazy glue on your thread, and then make a couple of wraps and trim it away. Trim away your thread and the excess material. And our fly is basically done. A common name they call these flies are blobs. They look basically like a little salmon egg, but they're more effective and easier to cast. So the second fly, again, size 12 hook. And we've taken a little bit of foam, a little foam cylinder. And just poke the hook through the foam, as you can see here. And for this fly we're not using like a standard hook, but more of a grub hook, so a curved hook. This one has a straight eye. And we'll put some hooks and materials and everything you need to know down in the description, so check that out. And if you have your favorite hook, please let us know in the comments which hooks you like to use. So we've tied it in the foam, and we're gonna use a material called Eggstasy, and that's also made by Flybox. I believe there's a couple different brands who makes these materials. I'm not really sure because it's not really my forte. I don't tie a lot of these flies, but as you can see, they're really simple, so anybody can do it. But Peter's gonna show us a very neat trick in a little bit to make it look even better. So again, with these flies and these materials, make really tight wraps. That's, you know, what will make the fly look good. Tight wraps, using his left hand to manipulate the fibers towards the back of the fly. And Peter's not really you know, snipping off a section. He's just using the whole strand and then just, you know, use what he needs and then trim away the excess with the scissors, so we'll save a little bit of material that way. Using his dumbing needle, is going to poke out a few last fibers that are underneath. Pull tight. Use your tying thread. Basically finish the fly. Again, tight wraps right up against the material. Little whip finish. Trim away the thread and the excess material, and you're done. So one neat trick to make this fly look really sexy is just take your dumbing needle, poke it out, it's basically unraveling the material, making it look nice and fluffy. There we go. Perfect little floating egg that you can use on a sinking line. Very different presentation than the first one. You can fish that on a floating or intermediate line. And now we're going to tie the last one, the third one. And for this we use a weighted bead. So the first one was basically unweighted. Then we have one that's floating, and this one is definitely going down. Not really fast because it's just a little brass bead. But it's, again, it's a different presentation. Same material, Eggstasy. Take away a bit of the material. Tie in the core. Nice and strong. And again, it's guys, these flies are really easy. They're that simple. Just advance, make tight wraps, and then use your dumbing needle to unravel it. And you can get these materials in I don't know how many colors. Especially bright fluorescent colors do really well. And in some cases black or white can do really well. please remind that another neat trick you could do is when you can, the rules allow you to fish 2 flies, is actually play with that. So maybe you'll use a weighted fly at the end, like a little dropper, and then use a second fly that floats, or vice versa. You can play with that, and you can get different presentations, especially when you're switching up lines as well. I believe I saw somewhere a video that really goes into these presentations, so I'll look that up for you and I'll put it down in the description section so you can check out that video. It's really cool. Right guys, the last fly is almost finished. He's just gonna pluck it out. Again, if you're already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. It really does help. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and a little notification bell so you get a notification every time we post a video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or want to let us know what your favorite flies are, just leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you very much. Check us out next time.